believe that position that you just uttered is foolhardy. How many times, and I dare anybody on this set to deny this, are you trying to tell me everybody that's in the NFL, there doesn't exist people outside of the NFL trying to get in that's better than people on a roster? There is no team in the National Football League. There is no team in professional sports that can't have somebody on its roster that somebody outside is better than what you got in your roster. Right. How many times we look? I see scrubs every day.
Right.
Every day.
Is there anyone out there with elite arm talent that took a team to a Super Bowl?
Let me get to my point. My point to you is you are too smart to not know that when it comes to the National Football League, it ain't just about your ability. It's about how you are going to act, how you are going to conduct yourself, et cetera, et cetera. We lamented the fact that Terrell Owens, even after he retired, had to wait so long, wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. That was egregious. We know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but guess what? Behavior mattered. We see people like Des Bryant before he got injured and all of this other stuff still belonged in the league, but behavior matters. There's a plethora of issues and circumstances and situations where guys aren't necessarily the best, but they are on the out, but they're damn good enough, but they're on the outside looking in. Why? Because how you conduct yourself, whether or not you're a part of a team, matters. In the case of a Colin Kaepernick, what did the NFL teams fear? They said, if we bring him in an individual workout, then we have no cover. If we don't pick him on our squad, who's to say he's not going to castigate us? Right. That's why the NFL had to get involved. So Colin Kaepernick, knowing that that was a reality, his lawyers, knowing that that was a reality is what explained why the workout took place the way that it took place. How do you not know that?
I promise this won't take but maybe 30 seconds. And by the way, Max,
they agreed to let him bring his own receivers. He brought Nike. He was going to film a commercial. They agreed to that. They agreed to a whole bunch of stipulations which Colin Kaepernick's can't permit.
This is the argument often used when people are trying to do the right thing and get the right thing done. The behavior of the subject is suboptimal. I agree about that. His behavior was suboptimal. But let's just keep in mind what this is about. Because he didn't want to stand for the national anthem, which breaks no laws in the United States of America. That's why we're the United States of America. Want to know why we're better than everyone? Because of that. And no rules even of the NFL. He has been denied a job for that reason for 3 years.
But who hasn't said that?
And now because of his suboptimal behavior, he still doesn't have a job.
I absolutely agree with that.
We all said that.
That is exactly right. And it is the fundamental flaw. The sins of the father, in this case the NFL, are far greater than the sins of the son, Colin Kaepernick. There's no question about that, and we have to remind ourselves of that. And I will say this, StephenA, here's the problem, though, that mediocre white guys get a chance to mess up, be petulant, Baker Mayfield. You can say things that a black quarterback, if a black quarterback ever said that, had that kind of temerity, that unabashed gall.
People still wondering about Lamar Jackson.
I mean, right. Hugh Jackson, you're not the first guy to cry over your beer about your coach left and played for another team. So the acceptance of white petulance is certainly greater than that of a guy like Colin Kaepernick. And Colin Kaepernick is not being petulant. He's simply saying, provide me an opportunity to do what I do. So I think that that's extremely important. But the Jay-Z point, all I wanted to make is he goes inside. Without Jay-Z, this opportunity doesn't exist. Without Jay-Z, this particular opportunity doesn't exist. We need an inside game and an outside game. You got to have Martin. Look, they said two prophets. There's a central prophet who goes in and talks to LBJ. Let's get the Voting Rights Act. Let's get the Civil Rights Bill done. Then you have an outside prophet who brings pressure outside. You need both and. You need a three-point shooter and you need somebody on the baseline.
100%.
And you need to be aligned.
StephenA, the night that I'm being told by a source familiar with this, let's put it that way, Nike did not have a camera, or was there any request to have a camera there? It's propaganda from the NFL. Nike asked the NFL to retract that part of the statement, according to my source.
That's fine. And I can go with that because I heard the same thing. You know what my response to that is? I don't give a damn. And here's why. Because you're Colin Kaepernick. When you had your workout at Riverdale and you were in front of the media camera, the media that you invited, why didn't you give the media an opportunity to ask you that question instead of giving your speech and then running away? How come you didn't answer the question? You just want to talk, but you don't want to ask the question.
Good.
We have to go. I understand Jay-Z was instrumental in getting this workout set up. StephenA was the only one to answer my question, so I want a yes or no answer. Do you think Colin should have compromised here and showed up on Saturday?
I think compromise is
Yes
critical.
or no?
I think showing up is important.
Yes or no?
I think he had an opportunity that was unfortunately missed.
No. I said
Okay.
no. I said it before.
Much more to come here on First Take. Dr. Dyson will be with us a bit later in the show. We got to talk some football on the field. Does Dak Prescott have the boys in position as Super Bowl contenders again? Plus, how will Tua's injury impact his NFL draft stock? Is he still worth a first-round pick? We'll discuss that. Much more coming up.